Rolling.
Yep.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the It's Nothing Personal podcast.
Personnel.
We are happy to have you here with us once again. Hope everybody enjoyed that live event that we had. We hope to have a few more after 400 subscriptions, 400 subscribers, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, we had a great time. The family came out and chopped it up with us. And, we got some good conversation, had some good insight onto what some people are going through or what some people are feeling in their lives. And I think some guys and some ladies had a good time just letting their thoughts be heard. And we had a good time hanging out with the family. And we look forward to doing that again. So we're here tonight on November the 18th. How's everybody doing?
Man.
Lovely.
Feels good to be here.
Good,
Hey, man. The last show was an occasion. It was an event to remember. Man.
I fuck with it, man. We can do that more often. It sound like something.
That's what it felt like, man.
Maybe.
It felt like something that's been missing. Like that shit felt the void. Y'all didn't feel like that?
I know a couple of guys that was here. Well, I was on a couple of guys. I know a few guys that came to me and they said that they enjoy having conversations like that. So I think it is possible that we might have found something that is necessary in the community.
In the community, outside of.
And it put me in the mind of this shit. I used to watch TV. Used to see that shit. Maybe like,
Oh yeah.
Poetry night.
Yeah, that's what they do. They did.
Motherfuckers in the crowd instead of clapping.
That's
That's poetry.
That's poetry
Yeah.
night. Though.
Put me in that.
In that calm vibe, yeah.
Motherfuckers getting out how they feel.
Yeah. So we'll probably do something like that in the future. I enjoyed it. Having a good conversation with people. So we look forward to doing that again. So we appreciate y'all for supporting. As always, each episode is brought to you by Ackerman Recording Studio, Urban Poison,
Yep.
DJ Chosen, and Big Brother Keys. So tonight we're going to jump into something. We got a couple of ideas that we're going to jump into. Growth, gratitude, and life lessons. So we break down real life experiences, culture, and conversations that matter. Today we're going to dive deep into 3 simple but powerful questions. I think we'll hop into just one of those questions tonight.
Okay.
We'll break this up. The kind of questions you don't just answer on the surface. These are the ones that make you pause, reflect, and maybe even admit things that you've never said out loud. The questions we'll explore are: what's a struggle you faced and grown from? What's one thing you can't live without? And what's something you learned early on that shaped the way you live today? We'll share our own stories, debate, and maybe even clown each other a little bit, but that's what makes this podcast so real. So let's get into it. Tonight's question is going to be: what's a struggle you faced and grown from? Get after it.
What's
Get
the
after it.
struggle you face, big brother?
You better lay out that ganja.
It's over. What's that
So,
song?
for
It's
me-
over. It's over now. Move
me,
over.
I think a struggle that I face and grown from, I would say, is walking away, or shall I say, knowing what to respond to and what not to respond to. I believe that giving everything your energy will definitely exhaust you. So you gotta know, what battles to fight and what's worth giving your energy to. So for me, I think that's one of my biggest, struggles that I had to learn from. Because at a moment in my life, I felt like I had to respond and retaliate and entertain, everything that came my way. But as I grew older, it was like, man, dang, bro, you waste so much energy entertaining that shit. Like,
Man.
if you put some of that into yourself and what you got going on, you will achieve so much more. So I really just learned from it. And, you know what I'm saying, flip the perspective and made it work for me, because it's so many things that I can say when it comes to this topic. But to keep it short and simple, I'm going to say that that's, you know what I'm saying, that's mine.
That's groovy. That's groovy.
So for you, it's knowing when and when not to respond to external situations and
Yeah.
forces that happen in your life.
Yeah.
Give me an example of something that made you really reflect on that behavior and made you sit back and say, okay, I need to check this and make sure I'm in control of it.
Man, it's so many situations, but I'm gonna just say one of my most recent experiences, I ain't gonna say no names, but I was DJing an event, and I was doing this for a very, you know what I'm saying, powerful person. They got a lot of credibility, you know what I'm saying, well known, like can pull some strings, you know what I'm saying. So I was doing this job, and somebody I knew kind of was like, you know what I'm saying, giving me a hard time about the situation, because there was rules and regulations on what I could play, what I could not play, and they were performing for this event. So they was like giving me a hard time, saying all kind of stuff, and like it came to a point where she had to come over and be like, hey, what's going on? And they like, oh, you don't need to work with her no more, don't ever book her again, and blase, blase, blase. And she had to stop him like, hey, if she said that I said this can't go on, then that's what it is. You need to check with me. You get mad with her, but she's doing her job. I book her every year for a reason. I'm gonna keep bringing her back, so don't ever, you know what I'm saying, speak on her like that. And the person had to come back later on, you know what I'm saying, apologize to me, but it had me heated, cause I'm like, dang, bro, like you really gonna do, like I know you feel me, and you know I'm not going for that. But in that moment, I had to be like, do I be that old version of myself, or do I play that shit cool and let somebody else handle it? You know what I'm saying? Because I got paid to do a job. You feel me? And I've been doing it. It's a regular gig. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, in that moment I had to choose. And that's one of those situations where I had to be like, okay, you either going to entertain this shit and fuck up what you got going on, or you going to play that shit cool and let somebody else handle it.
I think that's a very smart response.
Yeah.
People will definitely test you and see how far they can push you. As adults, we definitely have to be able to pick and choose, you know, when we're going to crash out or when we're going to, you know, push it to the limit.
Yeah.
Because we got families, and, you know, we can't make that many mistakes at this age that could cost your life or jail time. You know, I tell a lot of young guys that come in here, you ain't got many mistakes after 20
Right.
that will keep you free. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, so I think that's very important. You know, that's a very interesting story that you told there. You know, people do.
And to make it even worse for me, it was a grown man, so it's like, bruh, like,
Yeah.
like this what you doing? Like, I was so disappointed but angry. Like, I really wanted to respond in a different way,
Yeah.
but I had to, like, you know what I'm saying, think, like, for real, like, on the spot, because it wasn't no time to be like, either you gonna do it or you ain't. It was really like on the spot.
Man,
Think
right.
about
you
what
still
you
you still are able to have that pause.
Yeah.
And that's what I was wanting to say. Like, that's a skill to in those moments, because you got the pause.
But
and
see, I
think.
had to learn that skill because I didn't always have it.
Yeah.
You feel me? I had to. That's something I had to work on and master, because I didn't know how to do that at one point in
Yeah.
time in my life. You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, I was thankful that I worked on it. You feel me? And I had been tested already.
It's
so,
like
man,
that tool
what?
in the toolbox. You bought that bit, but you ain't got to use it yet.
Man,
Right,
had
right.
to, but in
Straight
that
up.
moment, it was like, damn, because I had time to be like, because it was going on, like
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing I could do. It was just like it's happening and people looking, you feel me, paying
Yeah.
attention.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a scene.
And it looked bad for me just because how he making it look.
Yeah.
But it's like, you feel me? Like I just I
Was
don't
the
know. It
crowd,
was like,
like-
I knew I had grown because I ain't even care. It was just like he doing all that, and I was like, okay. I said I ain't doing it. Like I just stood on what I said and didn't even entertain the shit for real. And
Was the crowd
shit.
having a negative response?
No,
to
the
what
crowd
you-
was enjoying
See?
themselves, but his performance was messed up.
Okay.
It wasn't on me though. That was on him. So
Oh,
I would
he
say
taking his
he was
frustrations
already
out.
Yeah, but he came in like that, had an attitude when he got there. So it was just like
That's why it didn't go right, because he
You
charged
feel
it
me?
up.
Yeah.
That's what
He
I
came
want.
in the
Yeah.
door with that.
it was all wrong from the jump. Like when I was doing it, crowd was engaged, but as soon as he got up there, it's kind of like they backed off. And in this moment, they should have been engaged.
Yeah.
Because it was something to be engaged in.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't, shit wasn't going right. It was just, so it was a learning experience for both of us, you feel me? So I feel like it's what I needed in that moment, because you never know when you're going to be tested on levels like that. And you never know who's watching you, because I received so many other gigs from that gig. So had I reacted in a different light,
You handled yourself professionally in a moment of pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have easily fallen into what
That's
the Boondocks call as a nigga moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a lose-lose for everybody.
Right.
So
right.
what you did was put yourself in a position to continue to win,
Yeah.
which exposed this guy
And it
as an
did.
extreme loser.
And it did.
You know what I mean? So
it did.
I think that's dope. You know, I think struggles tend to put mirrors up to who we are and see what we're made of.
Yeah.
Straight on.
And then on another note, if you would have went off like you wanted to, wouldn't it have been wrong with that?
Nah, it wouldn't.
Well,
have.
yeah, it would if she
But
doing the
you
job.
said- but like you said, no, I don't think her going off would have put her job at risk. It would just let him know how she feel. She kept how she feel to herself. And what I'm saying with that's a good thing you did that. That's what you've learned. But it would have been okay to go off if you would wanted to.
So
Not in that situation.
I'm gonna ask
That wouldn't
you a
look good
question.
at all.
Do you have you ever worked for somebody where your name is on the line?
I've had jobs.
Okay, so if you show up and you show out, do you think that person will call you back?
Is what she would have been doing was showing out or expressing how it made her feel?
I mean, you said go off. That's showing out.
I'm saying go off how you wanted to go off, like however you wanted to go off.
I don't think that would have worked in her favor.
Maybe not. But what I'm saying is, I don't think nothing would have been wrong with letting this person know how they made you feel.
Well, now see, earlier in the episode, I did that, and you said that it would have been better if I hadn't said anything. Remember, in an earlier episode when I was talking about the dude that sent me the message saying that people was gossiping about me, and I responded I ain't responding in a mature way. This is kind of the same situation.
Showing your hand.
Yeah. So wouldn't that fall into the same category? Wouldn't that show her hand as like she doesn't have the control to deal with this in this professional setting? Now, granted, she was in the setting, so it's far more important for her to maintain professionalism. But I think the same concept should apply.
Right. And before we get too far gone, what you did was the mature thing. It helped you. It guided you.
Yeah.
All right, but what I'm saying, I don't think nothing would have been taken from you if you would have explained yourself or said how you wanted to feel. I don't.
I think that, queens don't entertain peasants, or the higher don't entertain the lower, so
And that's how you feel.
you feel me? It was beneath me. I ain't got to.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Before we move on from that, I really want to know the answer to this question. Okay, you got hot and you were able not to respond. So that energy is there. Like, you done charged that shit up. Did that influence you to transmute that energy and use it somewhere else? Because you done charged it up, so this shit kind of got to release somewhere.
So for me, I was already hyped because I'm doing what I love.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm controlling the crowd.
Okay.
If I don't do what I'm supposed to do, it ain't gonna go
That's
like it need to go.
transmission, yeah.
So I'm already hyped. All it did was make me just go harder. Cause soon as that performance was over with, it didn't even matter. I crunked that bitch up,
and went to
flow
another
lit.
level.
Everybody like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit didn't even happen.
That's where it transmuted it.
Yeah, so for me, it was just like putting that energy back into what I'm already doing, because you didn't pay me to come here. You didn't stop. Like, you have nothing to do with the reason that I'm here. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter on top of that. Like, I know you, so when this is over with, I will talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at you when this is done. But let me handle this first, because I know you for real. So I'm gonna come to you. Like, I ain't gonna be on the let's now.
And that would probably be the proper space to.
So that was somebody you know
it
personally.
ain't that I wasn't gonna express my feelings. I just wasn't gonna do it right then and there. We was gonna talk, but like I said, we didn't talk because before the event was over with, he came back and was I'm sorry, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even have to say nothing because he had already did what he needed to do for me to be
Right.
like, all right,
That
whatever.
sound like a test from above.
Yeah, I felt like that's
Yeah.
how it was too. Cause like I said, I gained like not one, you know what I'm saying, gig off that event. I gained multiple. So I feel like had I responded the way I probably
And failed the test, and it
that
would have
shit
been
would
the
have
opposite.
been, yeah, I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have got no gigs. Cause like I said, it was some very like important people in the building
Right.
that day, and that shit was like he said a test. It had to be. I feel like ain't no other way.
Because
like,
whatever you responded in that moment is gonna determine the polar opposite outcome.
yeah.
So it's like
And I
you
think-
pass the test, you get the reward. You fail the test, you don't get the
And I
reward.
think the biggest deal was, like she said, he wasn't nobody even fucking
Yeah,
argue
it
with.
wasn't even
Now, if
worth
he was
it.
on another level and I needed to express myself,
Yeah.
I would have. But I didn't. I couldn't lose him. I couldn't take that loss right there.
Yeah.
I feel that though.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
asked that question.
Nice. So, next up, something you
I just say, I mean,
Had to
it's
face and
probably
grow
a more deeper level what she said, man. I'm just glad that I was able to be aware of how transmuting your energy work and how that shit could land you in the positions that you land in. And with that awareness, I'm able to manually test that shit. Not saying that I'm perfect at it now or even good at it, but I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying? When my energy goes to a place that I know is not gonna help me, like me being aware, okay, I'm through my feelings, I know I'm somewhere that I don't want to be. And just being, because most people go through life just letting their feelings take them wherever their feelings take them. But with that awareness and understanding that I'm somewhere I don't want to be and this is not for my betterment, now I have the opportunity or the choice to shift my mind somewhere else and bring my energy back to where I want it to be. Like, that's one of the most important lessons that I've learned that has just given me more control over my life and helped me understand that shit. I'm walking in my shoes, I'm all I got. Wherever I put my energy is gonna determine where I landed.
What about something that you may have faced that is relatable to somebody who maybe haven't reached that level of understanding yet?
Anytime I'm in that situation, I just try my best to make it make sense, simple as possible, because that's all I got for anybody, because that's what I base my life off of. So for me to help somebody understand that, I'm just gonna try my best to articulate it to the best of my ability to where it makes sense.
So you don't have a story or nothing that you can indulge us with that may have
Oh, a
taught you
story?
a life lesson?
Oh, yo.
Or
Man.
maybe a bad habit or some things you were doing that were taking you in the wrong direction that you
Hell
you
yeah.
had to figure out, I can't do
When
this.
I got shot, it was one of those moments to where my response, me responding emotional, caused the situation to go how it go. Cause it could, if I would have responded responsibly, it could have been a thief in the night type shit. But I wanted to be heard, I wanted to be felt, I wanted to show my hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's just pure egotistical emotion to me. That's childish. So goddamn, that shit caused the situation to go how it go, out of me acting out of pure negative energy.
So did that teach you how to under pressure to take a step back and
Yeah.
take a few seconds to think about how you're going to react, so that
Straight
you
up.
won't end up in a more harmful situation than you may be already in. Sometimes we have a hard time de-escalating
Yeah.
our situation. So that sounds like you learn how to.
It's just controlling yourself. It's controlling your emotions. Like, you don't have to show your hand. You don't have to be heard or felt. It doesn't have, you can still you might not get hurt, but you can still get felt without
Yeah.
being heard.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people want people to hear them, but that's just emotion.
You know, when you speak on people just wanting to hear them, you got to know that we live in a time where validation has become currency.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people need to spend more time in the mirror and get to know that person, validate that person.
That's the
first,
only way it's gonna work.
because that's the only validation that matters.
Matters.
The validation between you and God. You know what I'm saying? So these people out here when they get into that, mindset,
Man.
I think we can learn from what both of you have told us. Take a step back, breathe, and make sure this whatever your response is going to be
better
beneficial
for you.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't want to respond emotional. You don't want to respond without thinking, because that's where the problems come in. So again, struggles tend to put a mirror up to us. Big Brother Keith, something that you had to face in life and grown from. Let us know something.
Shit. A lot of shit. How angry certain things may make me. There's levels to the shit, of course. But certain people can bring a bit more anger out of me than others, and maybe not say or do something as bad. And now in my life is more so, it doesn't matter who it is, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. And that's why this is called It's Nothing Personal. Because if you don't take it personal, that's it. Taking things personal. That's the answer to your question. But and that's what I did growing up a long time in my life. I took everything personal. And when I learned not to, I gained a lot more peace that others weren't even giving me. I was just taking for myself. And with that being the case,
It's gone. It's alright. I don't need it. No, it's alright.
This man.
it's a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit I done grown from. But that's the main deal.
So what? Give us a story of when you
That's
took
that
something.
single, that's that only child syndrome.
When you took something personal.
I can dig it though. It is.
You're only child?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. When you have a brother or sister, you kind of got to share shit.
You gotta shit.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're an only child, I got a good friend of mine that was an only child, and I could see the difference between he and I.
He
just
I don't have to be your friend.
all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
all
All of it, man.
My mama,
all of
mine.
it. My mama, my daddy, the food, the water. Yeah, I can understand that concept. I can empathize with that. So, what situation did you grow through? What happened to show you how taking it personal was a detriment to your growth as a man, and what taught you to not take things personal? Give us a story.
I really can't give you a story, but I can talk to you. I can talk to you. And but people that I deal with, they things I say, I mean them. I meant what I said, but you didn't take it for what it was. You took it to hurt you. You took it to validate your own feelings. Like,
What do you mean took it to hurt you? Like,
if I
put me in a situation. Tell me something that would have hurt somebody that you didn't mean it by. Just give me an example.
You said put you in a situation. For example, I say to you, I think your beats could be like this. I think the way you run your place is kind of shitty, or for example, and then
Yeah.
and you say, well, you don't got no place, or you ain't making no beats. I'm not, but I'm hearing yours, and I'm seeing how you rock. I'm not. I'm listening at yours, and I'm seeing how you rock, and I don't fuck with it. But if you give a fuck about what I give a fuck about, now you can say I don't give a fuck if you don't fuck with it.
Right.
But my opinion matters to you if you're that person.
Right.
So I'm not telling you nothing to criticize you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to critique you. I'm giving you
My
constructive
perspective.
criticism.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I've been through a lot of that in my life, even on the other end, and it's just taught me, like, you can't blame those people for taking it personal. That's how they deal. Just don't take it personal that they took it personal.
Yeah.
We'll be right.
It's always
And that's agreeing to disagree. And I've had to do a lot of that, and that's what's grown me up, agreeing to disagree. Because I've been this only child.
Yeah, you got to swallow that.
When the real world came, I had to agree to disagree.
A lot of time the real world don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and it's like, I'm great. The real world like,
Who
bro,
are
you ain't
you?
nothing. You don't get out of my way
Who
if I
the
step on
fuck are
you.
you?
Yeah.
It's like not getting that rebuttal, but you ain't finished arguing.
Yeah.
And just letting yourself like not get your next point across and be done with it.
Yeah, big size.
It's like swallowing, like, god damn.
So, you know, like I said after all of these, I took notes. For TK, it was when and when not to respond. For Kendrick, it's how to respond. You know, do I use my emotions or do I chill out and respond in a more controlled way? And it for Keith is basically understanding that everybody's not going to take my love the same way, and I can't take what they take personal for me. You know, it's a level of growth, and I think all of you are just basically describing that moment of clarity when you looked at yourself in the mirror and said, hey, if I want to have a fulfilling life, I got to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you had no problem explaining, you know, answering that question. Great answers and straight to the point. So that's obvious that that was a very impactful moment for each of you that you went through, and you was like, okay, I got to tighten up on this if I want to be at peace. Because one thing we all want is peace in life. And, you know, for others, it's family issues, losing someone you love, or just fighting to believe in yourself. We all have struggles. And those struggles teach us something. And if we can learn from our struggles, we ain't going to do nothing but continue to grow.
Problems. What problems?
Problems are opportunities to learn and grow.
Yes, sir. And, you know, I go by the mantra, we have wins and lessons, not wins and losses. I don't take a loss, I learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And if I learn that lesson, I graduate to the next class. You know, I don't have to repeat that class again. That's one thing school, if you think about it, in school, it does teach you for life. If you don't pass this course, it will come back. For instance, if you don't manage your money right, you ain't gonna never have no money. If you don't manage your time right, you ain't gonna never have time to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be disorganized. So you have to learn the lesson so you can progress in life.
And all that shit leads to peace.
Yeah, it does.
Once you cover and can properly direct these places that'll make you at a peaceful place, you get peace from this shit. That's the whole point of the game. Just get to a place of peace.
True. And you know, we are always up against existential forces that want to take that peace from us. So we have to be vigilant with our peace. Just like a lot of people are vigilant with that attention they want, you know. Peace is one of the hardest things to obtain, you know, in this time. And before we wrap it up, I'll chime in on something that I had to grow and deal with, dealing with this business, learning to accept people for who they present themselves as. When I jumped out in this, TK, you know, and Kendrick, you may remember, I don't know, it was a different time for you when I opened the gates. And I saw everybody the same, like me. You know, really want it, really need it, really gotta have it. A passion for the process, a passion for getting better at the craft. And opening a business taught me quick. Shit, a lot of folk don't give a fuck about this. A lot of folk just doing it for a hobby. A lot of folk just like to play around. And you know, when you present them with these grand ideas, to them they're grand. To me, it's just steps to the process. You know what I'm saying? And I see the potential that in you that you may not see in yourself. And these steps can help you maximize that potential. Sometimes it costs a little money. Sometimes it costs a little time. But if you do it, you should see some results. And I learned a lot of people took offense to that. You know what I'm saying? Like he trying to tell me how to do my thing. I'm like, nah, I'm just telling you how you can get closer to where you're trying to be. Yeah, at least I ain't giving you no record deal. You know, a lot of them in the beginning were like, you giving out record deals? That's not how this works in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is just where you come make the music and we craft you as an artist.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's 90% business, 10%
You come
talent.
in here to be able to do that is the
Yes,
business.
it's part of the business. You being talented is the gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the business, that's what the work is.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of people really don't want to go beyond where they are.
They don't want to spend their money.
It ain't just that.
Yeah.
They'll spend their money.
It's the leg work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll blow money on looking like they doing it, but to get up and network and present yourself in a certain way professionally, like you can be a rapper to talk about whatever.
Yeah.
But when somebody come talk to you, you need to be able to talk.
You're not the rapper right now.
You're not the rapper right now. You're the brand.
Yeah.
All right,
you're
how
the
can we do
yeah.
business with you as a brand? You know, let's talk numbers. Let's talk what your code's doing. Everything that I try to tell them, that's what they get scared.
Yeah.
And I think I accepted the fact that the other side of this is scary to some people.
That's it. That's the fear is the most detrimental thing, like, because the type of chemical shit that fear do inside of you, like, that's the worst feeling, and that's gonna get you the worst results. Like, when you living in fear, you're gonna get the worst results that there is.
That's so true. And Will Smith did say in one of his recent things that he did online that on the other side of fear is usually everything you want in life.
Everything.
And it really stuck with me. You know, bro going through it. I can't stand Jada Pinkett. He going through it.
She like
you know,
a little alien.
I can't stand her, bro. But when he said that, I was like, dang, bro. You know, if only you would listen to yourself. You know. But he said something. You know what I'm saying? You know, on the other side of fear is usually everything your heart
I guess
desires.
I can tell you that.
It is.
I guess he would be the person that could tell you that.
I guess so, right? Yeah.
'Cause if you just look at fear, like I try my best to look at everything from a scientific level, like underneath the surface, because I truly believe you got to do it manually, but there's a mechanical way that life goes that you can produce all the results that you want. You know what I'm saying? And fear is a big part of it.
Yeah.
One
Because-
thing about this shit, man, this shit gonna go.
Yeah.
This shit gonna
You
go.
can make this shit work for you. Can make this shit be yours though.
All you gotta do is manifest it.
Yeah. But
got-
that's what I'm
Faith
saying.
without work
Create your reality.
is dead.
No, it
You got to
don't.
put a lot of leg work in, but you got to know what the fuck you putting the leg work
Yeah.
in for.
You gotta have a plan or some goals and steps. And I think a lot of folk look at whatever they're reaching for and see all the steps and think that all of them got to be taken at one time.
Yeah.
It's really one at a
It
time.
overwhelms them, and there
you
goes
But
fear.
it looks so beautiful,
Yeah.
but it looks so far away.
It's so far away, but
you like,
you know, and what you
I
do
start
is
tomorrow.
Yeah,
you write the steps down,
I start tomorrow.
you scratch them off as you go,
as you
I
go.
start tomorrow.
and by the time you stop thinking about it, I'm
I
almost
start
there.
tomorrow.
I'm almost there.
This by the time you start
I
thinking
start
about
tomorrow.
They'll start tomorrow though.
it. Yeah,
They'll start.
bro,
tomorrow.
I saw a guy. I don't know. No, I sent it to my girl. I saw a fucking video that this man turned down $10,000 to stop drinking for 7 days, only because they was on the way to get some beer, and they was like, "You gotta stop now, and you get the 10 bands on Monday." But we can't go get these beers now. He said, "Keep your money."
I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my life.
Like,
Like I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day.
he would have
Fuck the
been
life.
with it
didn't
if he
think
could have
about
started that the next morning. But we ain't finna go get these bills that we finna go get
We
now.
was already headed to get these.
It's already in the
life. I ain't
mind.
gonna fuck with my today.
Hey, God wrote this in the scrolls. We
I
can't
ain't gonna
change
fuck with my
that.
today.
He had already tasted it, man. That man went in the store
I ain't gonna fuck with my
and bought the
today.
bills and asked the nigga for 25 cents. He like, "No, I ain't got it.
Hell nah.
You got 10 grand, but you ain't got 25.
I ain't spending my money on no beers, dog."
I know that's right, man.
Listen,
Man.
That's a good one.
I do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, man. You know, our goals do come with steps. It's this putting this
Ain't gonna
building
never
together.
be the right time.
And I was just about to say, man, that it don't work the way you think it's gonna work. It will work though. Somehow,
not just
some
that
way.
way.
It ain't gonna be exactly how you drew it. It might be a little crooked on the left
Yeah.
side, But the picture's still gonna be there.
Because people critique the easiest way.
Yeah.
That's why it don't ever work that way. Because you trying to get it to work the simplest way that it could be done.
And you know, this new world, man, is trying to convince people that everything is easy.
It's simple.
And what they've done is giving AI the automation over people.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like, we better tighten up.
Everything is easy.
They think it is, but it really ain't.
Just like when they came up with these phrases, like these young guys think life GTA. That's a sense of that you thinking
You
this
really
shit
think-
that sweet.
Do you really think they believe life is GTA?
But I believe they take that mindset
They think GTA
and
is
try it.
life.
I feel like a few of them do take that mindset and try it. Just like a lot of shit that done happen around here, like motherfuckers running up, just blowing motherfuckers down, emptying on motherfuckers. Like, you got to took that shit from somewhere that ain't real.
Golly, bro. I ain't finna blame games. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto since the
Yeah,
beginning, bro.
but you look at it like
It's a game.
it's not the
They
people
look at
your
life like
age
it's
who
a
really
game.
doing it. It's the younger people who
I was
really
young,
having
too.
shootouts at gas stations and shit. I saw another video, nigga. He got down. He saw it with a nigga. He put his shit down. Oh, they having a full shootout. Motherfuckers in the car net. They having a full-fledged shootout at the gas station. Just hitting at each other. You
Shoot
see
back, make it
tires.
fun, nigga.
What would you suggest
Oh man.
we do to change the narrative? Like, why do they do that? Why do they hate each other so much?
He says GTA, bro.
You blame that's an excuse.
But
then
the
we can
hate-
also blame rap music because shit,
Yeah,
they got switches.
but that's all. But that's all, bro.
I don't like to blame those things because if you can be
Yeah.
a strong parent, you can present all that shit to your children in a way and help them understand this ain't real.
It's what you believe. Like,
This ain't real.
whatever you consistently like, that's why I say it's about what you give your attention to. Then whatever you giving your attention to, once something make you stop and think about it twice, now it's gonna become a feeling behind that shit.
So why don't they think about taking life or losing life? You really think that's just GTA?
They think that they want to.
They think they want to take a life.
They think that they want to.
What would give them the idea that their lives can't be taken? Or let me rephrase the question, that their lives aren't valuable.
because
They don't value
consist-
their life.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
they
Why do they
consistently-
feel that way?
Cause they consistently listening to shit that
No.
like
Like whatever you finna say may be right, but they don't see the future. You remember when I told y'all when we first
these are
started
their
this?
idols that they're hearing say this.
Now
Like,
I want you to
go
finish.
ahead.
Finish what you're saying.
You remember when we first started this shit? Like I told y'all, I didn't see the future. I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't care. But it was a YN. So I understand why they do that. Like they don't see them being a CEO. They don't see their podcast blowing. They don't see their kids finna grow and be old. They don't see their old folks dying, so they're gonna really be there for them. They don't see
That far.
what is keeping them.
But they
living.
haven't developed rational thinking at those ages either.
So they have nothing, no goals that they want to reach. This it, nigga.
It's
catch
just
one.
all about fun.
And I'ma get the next
What I
one.
would consider to
and
be
that's
fun.
what they living for. You get where I'm going? I want that. I want this. I want this. I want to look good. That's what they living for. So as long as tomorrow keep coming and they keep getting it, that's what they going for. They don't love this enough to value their life. And that's all that they're valuing.
And
Why?
then once they get to a stage, just think about you've created this character that he just explained, and you get to live in this character for at least 5 years before shit really start making sense to you.
Pop, 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 pop. Nigga, dance.
So just think about how much repetition and consistency that done created. Now this has become the character. Now when somebody talk about goddamn whoever this character is, that's what they gonna explain it to be.
Why is this character created? That's what I want to know.
Because
There's
the
no
influence,
hope. There's no goal. There's no gravity towards something else.
I feel like it's what first get your whatever the first thing to influence you, whatever catches your attention first, you gonna build from there.
Like if I can speak on this, I will. Your oldest.
Yeah.
Your little boy.
Yeah.
And what my thing about it, ain't go too deep into it, but Katie is a great dad, right? At this point in his life, his son's already he's already
He done created him a character.
he's done created him a character.
Yeah.
Right.
But you pour water.
Yeah.
You water
That's
that
why
flower.
I was the first thing to influence him, and at that time when
It's
I
all-
first started influencing him,
it's
I
all-
was that character.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So you gave him what you had.
Yeah.
And he took it.
And then
And he's
once
good at being that
now
guy.
once I planted that seed, but I get to my rational thinking before him.
Uh-huh.
Now it's kind of like I'm changing up.
You trying to put this seed right beside this seed.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to grow like
I
that.
really think the moral to the story is whatever is that first impressionable moment.
Right.
And for a lot of the youth, it's the bang bang.
What's that song was, Katie?
What that?
When he was out there with that bankroll. What that
I can show you how to
I can show
hustle.
you how
I
to
can
hustle.
show you how to hustle, baby. And that boy, hey, look, he took it and he ran with it.
That was that first impressionable seed.
I can show you how
And
to
that's I can think back to me. The first thing that impressed me was the hustle.
Yeah.
And my whole life has been built around hustling, whether it's whatever to hustle to grow, pure hustle.
Yeah.
It's that first impressionable moment. Whatever that impressionable moment is,
Right.
it's what they're gonna build that
Take
character
off with
based
it.
off of.
And they're going to take off with it. So you see him getting dumped down. Shit, he did it better than the nigga he took it from. You know what I'm saying? You see him
And a lot of times the music is where they getting that first impression from.
take the scat when, you know, he made it, he took the red eye. Shit, he did it better than they did in the movies. You know, and that's, but like you said, and it fall in two places. That's what they seen, that's what they want to do, but they ain't got nothing else to reach out and grab.
Yeah.
If somebody were to come, one of them guys and say, "Hey man, I can put you in the league. I can make things. I can turn things around for
All
you."
it's gonna take
I
is
make you
that
walk
same
on.
repetition and consistency.
Yeah, towards
Strip them
something
from
else.
it. You don't have you are gonna become what you
You're around.
give your attention to.
Yes, yes,
Like that's just how it goes.
yes,
Like it's out of your control.
yes, yes.
So, what would you two gentlemen suggest if you could go back and look at your life from this height, from 3-dimensional, and watch those moments? What would you change?
I wouldn't created the character that I created with me understanding that I'm creating a character, that fucking character.
Let's remove your understanding of the character. Is there anything else in your environment that you would change? Because you're still a young boy. You still have to be a young boy. Is there anything that you would change that you think would help just curve it just a little bit off of where you were going? Is there anything?
Yeah, I would just it still goes back to that
Because
first impression.
what was your first impression?
Hustle.
Sure,
Goddamn,
where'd
get
you
to
get
the money
Where'd you get the impression from? I guess that's what I'm getting
from round the corner,
at. Yeah.
from the house.
Down the road.
You know what I'm saying? And from
But
that
th-
point
but
forward,
that was my environment. I can't change
Yeah.
my environment. I couldn't.
I
change
feel like-
my environment.
I feel like even at that age, the one thing we do have control of is what we give our attention to.
But I didn't want to sit in the house and watch Boondock.
Yeah,
I didn't want.
But you
I
you had a goddamn
I used to get in trouble
yeah.
for being the
Like
way.
look at Ricky and Doughboy. Same as that environment, but it was just something in them wired different to what they gave their attention to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I feel like we have that control, like what intrigues us. I feel like they got to do with the wire.
And like I was in the ball, so that guy took a lot of me. I went to church till I was 13. That took a lot of me. So I didn't get thrown to the wolves. My folks loved me, but I was always into some shit. I wanted to know. I wanted to see. So I grew up how I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of how I came out because it could have been worse.
Straight up.
It could have been better, but That was the environment I was in. I couldn't have rated no girl.
You definitely couldn't be the person you are today without that.
No,
life.
no. But my folks could have put me in a different situation. You know what I mean? My mom and dad could have been married, but whatever. I made the best of what it was.
That's just how it didn't go. It didn't go that way.
Yeah, this is the way it go.
And I wasn't trying to judge. You know, I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking the question because y'all were getting deep into some stuff, and I was just trying to see, you know, how y'all see it looking back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got kids now.
Yeah.
And I know you wouldn't make the choices that was made then now for your own kids.
When it comes to my
even if
child,
you make some mistakes.
One of the choices, one thing I would do different is, but it still go back to my mind because I thought that shit would fly. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, putting the bandana around my son, having him goddamn wearing the type of clothes that I wear as a grown man. Shit, letting him see me count large sums of money and shit, maybe even let him see me do other shit. But he ain't watching nobody but me. I'm planting the seed. I understand that, so I call it lame to the night. I did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I would do better. I would not put shit in a child's face, especially a child that admires you. You got to hide. If you don't want that seed to be planted, you got to hide that shit from them.
I mean, but as we talk our culture, I think, and this is just me talking from my experience, I don't think we can hide any avenue of our culture from our children.
Because they gonna get it from somewhere
They're gonna
else.
run into it somewhere. And if you at least help them understand that this ain't who we always are, but this is who we can be.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this could be your brother on this other side.
Yeah.
You shouldn't judge him. You shouldn't look down on him. But this is your brother too. This your sister too. And I will admit, I did allow my son to see some places and things I went as a young age in a controlled environment. It wasn't nowhere where nothing bad was happening, but it was like, this me. You know what I'm saying? And these my folk. These my people. These my niggas. These my homeboy. They good dudes. Yeah, I might but we still playing the video game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they talk shit. We chill at the house. They wild at the house. I love them just the same. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think hiding it from them, but I think in education, because we are different. We are different people. I've noticed that the older I get, we are very different as a people compared to other cultures.
Yeah, most definitely.
So diverse in our own culture.
Because we can do everything everybody can do if we put our mind to it.
We can be on any level of the game, and our children gonna bump into many versions of us, you know, out there. Whether it be a street level version, whether it be
out
a CEO, out there.
Yeah.
Whether it be a CEO, a street, a janitor, a homeless person, you're gonna see every version of yourself.
And I'm gonna give you all of it here.
Yeah,
right here.
Right here, where I'm with you.
Yeah,
and I can introduce you to these people, and that what's up, little man, and you can feel the love. Like I feel the love. Yeah, we ain't in the same, wavelength. I'm doing things different, but I love this dude. They're my people. I don't want you to feel like you can't love this dude too.
Yeah.
And
and if I bring you around my children, it's okay.
It's okay. That's number one.
Everything about it's okay.
That's number one. Yeah. But we all different. We all grow up differently. I appreciate y'all being candid. You know what I'm saying? Telling them stories. And I applaud you, Kendrick, for being able to course correct and giving tireless hours to make sure you do everything you can to, bring your son back to you, so you can see his future be as bright as it can be.
And that's got a lot to do with you moving away from that lifestyle too, though.
Right.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you was still in that field, you wouldn't feel the way you feel.
Yeah, no.
You would still be proud. That's my boy out here doing the wrong thing.
Look at the hustle.
Yeah,
He's
look at the
showing you how to hustle.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that.
And see,
because you found something that you can reach out and grab. You ain't had nothing to reach out and grab.
I know it. And that be the unfortunate in our situation. That's why I say we in our culture will be coming back from -10. We got to make it
to zero.
Then starting. By the time you even make it to 0, you might be 25.
And I ain't gonna hold
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga said, watching some video today, there's probably about 50 folks out there. He said, if you had a mom and dad that grew up in the house with you,
take a step forward.
If you had a mom and dad that was married, take a step forward.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to pay for college, take a step forward. He said, everybody scattered out.
Yeah.
So you see those people back there? See, that's how big of a head start you got.
Right, I've
This
seen
has
that.
nothing to do with who you are.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
This is how you came into
It's
this
your
world.
environment.
Yeah.
And like you said, we started at zero, baby. We started negative. We ain't
Well, yeah,
zero, baby.
cause then they gonna say, now if you got a 1-parent household, take a step back. If you got this from zero,
This
they
from zero.
already ahead.
Right.
If you got lived in the projects, take a step
If
back.
you ever had to go with missing a meal,
Take a step back. Now, look how
Now.
much more of a father ahead you got.
and you got this little black boy in the back, in the very back.
I'm talking about way back
He got
there.
the biggest smile on his face, though.
Straight up.
And that's just how it goes.
So yeah, the environments do play a major role. In,
That's the only sympathy I give.
that's what I, and
Understanding that.
that's really what I was trying to get to. That's why
Yeah.
I was priding like I was. Like, would you change your environment?
Straight up.
That was the question I wanted you to answer.
Yeah, I
Would
ain't
you-
think that far, but
Yeah.
most definitely.
Would you
You
change
know, I told you, my mom and dad could have put me in a different situation.
Right.
That's it. That's
But yeah,
all
yeah.
I can control.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. So, that's what I love about hearing these stories. The struggles aren't pretty, they're not comfortable, but they're the soil where growth happens. You don't find out how strong you are when life is easy. You find out when life has you on your knees. You know what I'm saying? It's got your back against the wall, and every one of us has a different testimony, but the thread is the same. Struggle creates strength. If you get it.
Like it's so crazy how when you have been put in that situation and you just one blow away from giving it all the fuck up, saying fuck this, one blow away from saying fuck that,
This and fuck you.
one blow away and shit just like that little bit of strength.
Man.
You know what I mean? Just a little bit, yeah,
And you know that's why I try not to be angry with people anymore.
yeah,
I know the society that we living in. I don't ever want to push nobody over the edge.
yeah.
Straight
You know,
up.
I've been on the edge. You know, looking like
One blow away.
Just-
It's always that motherfucker who you would think they got it together who blow their own shit off.
yeah, bro. But what we see from all of us is only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
what
we
I
show
tell
up,
you.
yeah, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. You might be the only one that show up in every direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's still your authentic self. We love you regardless.
Straight up.
But we usually put on our best selves when we show up.
Yeah.
Regardless of where we going, you're gonna see the best of somebody, even if they depressed. Look at Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Man. Robin Williams smiled everywhere where he made all us laugh. Miss Doubtfire, man, it was miserable.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And
They're showing up.
showing up every day. Nobody would have known. Took his own life. You know what I'm saying? Lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington. Beautiful music, beautiful voice. Put out great songs of strength, power, and perseverance. Gone. And when you go back and listen to songs, you be like, he was telling me the whole
Yeah, he was
time.
telling
He really was going through a
Yeah,
lot.
he was really going through it. You know what
Damn.
I'm saying?
That music come from the inside.
Yeah. And you know, we really don't know what a person's going through. That's why I try to be as empathetic as possible. That's what I learned, you know, being here. Just be a little more empathetic. I'm not an empath. I'm kind of cold and calculating.
Yeah.
And I work on that every day. And I try to learn that people go through shit. The more I pay attention to what's happening in society, the more I empathize with the everyday person.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe there's a single soul on the planet right now that's just cool with everything. It's too much.
Motherfuckers going
It-
through
like,
shit.
it's a
too
lot of
much.
motherfuckers,
It's too much.
a lot of people that's alive. They're not living.
They're surviving. They're not living or thriving. Yeah. But that's what the entity wants.
Yeah.
It doesn't want you to be alive and living. It just wants you to exist.
Cause that's when you
Just
free.
exist.
When you alive and living, the only way to get to alive and living is you calculating your own roadmap. Like if you using their information in their database that they provide to the ones that
You gonna get
accept
to
it,
where they trying to get you.
yeah,
to.
you're not
go where
gonna
they
be
want
alive and living.
you. No.
Yeah.
You got to break free, and freedom is only to me free thinking because that's the only way you're gonna get to that peaceful freedom.
I'm gonna ask
play.
each of y'all a question because you just made me think about something. What's your definition of freedom? You said free thinking.
Free thinking, creating your own steps through life, not taking what somebody else told you to be true as at face value.
TK.
I would say ownership, relying on yourself for everything, like not working for nobody, owning a business, you know what I'm saying, and just providing, you know what I'm saying, living off your land. Like when I say like really just free, like for real.
Keith.
Not having to abide by things that you don't want to abide by. You know, you should want to stop at the fucking stop sign.
That makes sense.
You should want to not go crazy in Walmart. So your common sense. But I feel like not having to abide by someone else's rules that you don't want to abide by. Yeah, if you don't have to do that, then you're free.
Straight up.
Nice. So I think tonight's conversation was great. A struggle that you grew from. For TK, it was when and when not to respond. For Kendrick, it was how to respond. And for Big Brother Keith, it was in which form do I respond? You know, do I take these people's response to what I'm doing personal or not? And he learned to not take it personal, take it for what it is. And for me, just accept people for who they present themselves are and who they are. Tonight's conversation was great. It is a part 1 for growth, gratitude, and life lessons. The next conversation will be one thing you can't live without. I think that'll be a really, really good conversation. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for joining us on the It's Nothing Personal podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us for the live. We hope to do those again. And as always, each episode is brought to you by Ackerman Recording Studio, Urban Poison, DJ Chosen, Big Brother Keith. A big shout out to Kennedy's Unique Savings, Flo's Kitchen, and Physiques by Suso.
Shout out KD. What up, partner? Fuck with you. Nah, I was just doing like
eating it up.
I was reading. I
was like Flo's Kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, get some
Get
eat.
Strong.
Yeah.
And Kennedy's. I ain't gonna say what I feel.
What song?
Throw your hand and understand.
Oh, Lord, have
Don't
mercy.
be afraid.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. Peace and love. Show out in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Let's do it, girl. Personal.
I ain't gonna take it personal.
So don't you take it personal.
I might take it personal.
But either way it go,
You are now tuning in with
The It's Nothing Personal podcast.
But we had a conversations that matter to the culture.